Welcome to the incredibly beautiful country of Costa Rica in Central America. This class is all about gently stretching those sore muscles after a hike or an intense lower body workout, and just being aware of what's going on in your body or where you may be experiencing tension or stiffness. These are the exact stretches I go to whenever I really ask a lot of my body, and I hope that they will also help you feel more relaxed, have less soreness in your muscles, and allow you to feel more openness within your own body. Without further ado, let's enjoy the view of the volcano and get into the flow. Let's begin our practice seated at the back of the mat, sitting onto the heels and rolling the shoulders back and rolling them forward. And now let's roll the neck, slowly rolling the head from side to side, going the opposite direction, rolling it back, around and forward. And then cross the left arm over that right elbow, open them back up, and cross the right arm over the left elbow. And release the arms and come onto all fours. Let's tuck the toes and slowly lift the hips back, straightening the knees as we come into our down dog, and slowly walk out your dog or just hold in stillness. Just stretch out those muscles in any way that makes you feel good. Always connecting movement with breath. Let's hold in down dog, and then begin to walk the feet slowly forward, coming into forward fold. Breathe into the hamstrings, breathe into any tension. And slowly roll up. Reach the hands up to the sky and bring them down to the heart. Taking a moment to notice where you feel stiffness, where you feel soreness, any aches and pains, just take note of those. And let's reach up to the sky, bend forward from the hips, lift up halfway, and exhale, folding forward. Let's bend both knees and step that right foot back into low lunge. Right knee on the mat. And lift the back knee and step that front foot back into downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank and chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's hold for a breath and then reach the right leg up to the sky. Step it forward to low lunge, left knee on the mat. Lift the knee and then step forward into forward fold, and then rolling up to mountain pose. Taking a moment to center. Let's reach up again to the sky, fold forward, bend both knees, and stepping back into downward facing dog, continuing to be aware of how you're feeling in each pose. Let's reach the right leg up to the sky again, and then begin to stack the hips, maybe flexing the foot, pointing the toes. Try to keep your shoulders squared as much as you can toward the front of the mat. And then bring that right knee toward the right thumb, releasing the left leg down to the mat and folding over your right leg into our sleepy pigeon pose. We want our right knee to be further out than our right hip. So just take a look real quick and see if your right knee is either in line with your right hip or is out a little bit to the right side. We're allowing our left hip to sink down toward the mat, bringing our chest over that right leg. You don't have to fold down over your leg. You can also stay up on your hands. But wherever you are, just try to find a moment of relaxation. Let's come back up, tuck the back toes, and lift up into downward facing dog. Hold for a breath, reach the right leg up again, and step it between the hands for a low lunge. And let's begin to walk that right foot out to the side of the mat, opening the knee as you come onto the right side of your foot. And then bring it back in. Lift your left arm up to the sky. As you begin to lean over toward the right side of the mat, you can have a block underneath your right hand or just touch the ground with your fingers. Breathing into the left psoas, the left hip flexor, the left side of the body. Breathe and let go. Coming back to center. Let's bring the left hand down to the mat as well as the right hand, and let your hips come back, straightening the right leg, folding forward into half splits, really getting into that right hamstring now. Take a deep breath in. Feel the muscle beginning to let go, beginning to relax. And just breathe. You can absolutely stay here in half splits, or if you'd like to go deeper into the hips, let's bring that right foot farther forward, finding our full splits pose. You can walk that left knee back a little bit more, and then either point your toes or flex your foot. Hands can be on top of blocks or just pushing into the mat. Relax your left quad, your left hip flexor. Just let it all go. Take a deep breath in, bringing oxygen into every part of your body. On your next exhale, let's begin to come back to half splits, and then finding a low lunge again. Let's lift the arms up to the sky. Let your hips sink low to the mat. And bring the hands down to the mat, step back into downward facing dog. You can walk out the legs a little bit, and then roll forward to plank, chaturanga down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog, hips reaching up to the sky. Let's lift the left leg now, three-legged dog, and bend the knee as you begin to stack the hips on top of each other. Pointing or flexing the foot, opening up, and with your next exhale, let's bring that left knee toward the left thumb. Your left heel is over on the right side of your mat. Your right leg is extended straight out behind you. You can stay here pushing into the mat with your hands, or begin to fold over the left leg, coming onto your elbows, or maybe bringing your chest all the way down to the mat. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be today. So just accept where your body is and breathe into that tension. Checking to see if your left knee is in line with your left hip, or if maybe it's a little bit out to the left side. And just allow that right hip flexor to relax, to let go. Every time you inhale, fill your lungs fully, and exhale, releasing out anything that no longer serves you. And when you're ready, coming back up, push into the hands, tuck the back toes, and lift back into downward facing dog. Maybe give the leg a little shake. And then let's lift that leg again and step it through to the hands. Low lunge, right knee on the mat. Let's begin to lift the right arm up to the sky and over toward the left side, left fingers touching the mat. Breathing into that right side body, the right hip flexor. Your hand can be on the mat or on a block, or just resting on your left knee. Breathing into the stretch, really being present. And let's come down and release the hips back into half splits. Hands are on either side of your leg. Instead of trying to bring your nose down to your leg, try to bring your chest down over your thigh. This will keep your back straight and help you to bend from your hips instead of your lower back. And just try to relax and let go. You can stay in half splits or find full splits, Hanumanasana. Stretching out both the right hip flexor and the left hamstring. This is quite an intense pose, so if you need to come up, that's perfectly fine. Just do what feels really good for your body. Make this practice serve you. Make it serve your needs. And then walk the feet closer together, coming back into half splits, and then low lunge. Reach the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring the hands down. Step back into downward facing dog, and come forward to plank, chaturanga down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's lift that right leg and step it forward between the hands. And then walk your hands over to the middle of the mat, bringing your feet to opposite sides of the mat as you fold forward in our wide-legged forward fold. You can grab on to the backs of the knees, to the ankles, wherever you're comfortable. Remembering to keep your back straight and folding from the hips. Bringing your forehead down closer to the mat, as low as you can go without any intense discomfort. Try to be as still and relaxed as you can in this pose. And just really enjoy where you are today. Enjoy where you are in this pose and how it's serving you. And let's come up halfway, pivot to face the front of the mat, and step the back foot forward into forward fold. Grabbing onto the ankles or behind the knees, wherever you need to. And then slowly sitting down onto the mat. Let's extend the legs out in front of us as we reach up to the sky and slowly fold forward. Grabbing on behind the knees, behind the calves, onto the ankles, the big toes, wherever you need to. And again, relaxing into this pose, finding a beautiful moment of stillness. Feel your muscles relaxing and releasing all of the soreness, all of the tension. Let's slowly lift up. Bring the soles of the feet together, opening the knees wide into butterfly pose. And let's make circles with the upper body, coming back, rounding the back, coming forward, arching the spine, making circles one way and then the other. And when you're ready, let's really get into our Baddha Konasana by sitting up straight, and then folding forward as far as you can go while still keeping your back straight. You can obviously fold forward from your head and your upper back, but keep the rest of your back straight, relaxing into this hip opening posture. And coming up to seated, let's bring the knees together and just windshield wipe them from side to side, allowing the knees to fall and then come up and open to the other side. And then maybe scooting forward a bit so you can bring your whole back down to the mat into our final pose, Shavasana. Relaxing the legs and the arms, letting them melt into the ground. And begin to relax every muscle in your body from the top of your head to the very tips of your toes. Going slowly from your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, your throat, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your belly, your hips, your glutes, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. Just let it all go and be still. You are here in the present moment, enjoying this beautiful time for yourself, letting go of everything else around you. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer. And thank you for spending this time with me in front of this beautiful volcano. I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste.